Tag TV, and Tag Radio, rapidly becoming the leading technology new media in all of Georgia and the Southeast. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by Integrated Learning Services, integratedlearningservices.com. Wait, worry, or take control. At integratedlearningservices.com, increase sales, productivity, and client retention. Lower training costs. integratedlearningservices.com. You own or operate a business in a market that gets tougher and tougher every day. You're looking for customer service transformation. You're looking for program management best practices, claims processing, medical billing, billing transformation entirely, facilities maintenance transformation, and more, much more. It's all about client success, success through business objective focus, process analytics validated through simulation, the implementation identified enhancements, and it's all based on automated implementation. What you need is high touch, high tech, hands-on. But where are you going to go? Greetings, everyone. It's Thursday, September 2nd, 2010, and this is a special Premier Member Showcase edition of Tech Talk with Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. In the Premier Spotlight, we meet the Royak Group, a consultancy and staffing company dedicated to the enhancement of business processes through effective automation, utilizing a focused engineering approach. The Royak team of project managers, process analysts, and business analysts have a clear vision to client goals by the implementation of 4 core objectives. 1, understand the client's needs and objectives. 2, rapidly analyze the business and identify key enhancements to meet those objectives. 3, document and craft cost-effective solutions. And 4, audit results against state and industry benchmarks. In the showcase, Tino speaks with TAG Premier member, the Royak Group president and founder, Patricia Royak. Launching the high-touch, high-tech, hands-on consultancy in 2002, Patricia provides over 20 years of sales and marketing expertise to create IT solutions. As both owner and president of the company, Patricia is widely respected by industry peers as well as clients for her reputation of integrity in IT by providing best practices solutions to her customers for decades, over and over again. Patricia is also proud that her company has joined forces with the nation's leading advocate of women-owned businesses, having recently received WBENC certification, promoting relations with current and future clients and supplier diversity. Up to the Premier Member Showcase, we proudly present the Royak Group as Tino speaks with company president and women business enterprise advocate Patricia Royak.
Patricia, thank you for joining me on Tech Talk today.
Well, thank you, Tino. We appreciate it. On behalf of the Royak Group, I look forward to speaking to you over the course of the next several minutes.
Well, I think a good place to start for some of our listeners that may not know about the Royak Group, and of course it carries your last name, so I assume you were the founder or co-founder. Can you talk a little bit about how the organization was started, how long it's been in business, and your role in the startup of the organization?
Absolutely. The company was founded in November of 2002, and we founded the organization in a market environment that we are much facing today, coming off high unemployment and very few jobs in the market. So that absolutely forced the Royak Group to look at the market and to develop our business and our climate based on relationships, which we've fostered forward over the past decade. Our firm is focused as a woman business entity, focused on the local market, and our relations take us elsewhere. So we've worked nationwide as well as globally with a partner that we have in Shanghai today for outsourced opportunities. We have 6 practices. Those practices focus on outsourcing, business process, chief business interim services, much like a CTO to go, if you will, insurance, business process reengineering, and enterprise relationship planning.
And so how much of the business would you say focuses on technology? All of the 6 that you talk about certainly touch on that area.
100% exclusively. While we might enter from a business standpoint to help a client develop a solution, all of the solutions that we develop have a technology trigger to them.
And what level of people are you recruiting, and is it all full-time, or do you also do contract? I assume both.
Right, we do both. Actually, our services are three-prong: project services, which is solutions oriented for our customer in the marketplace; staff augmentation, which is on a contractual basis; interim services; and then lastly, direct placement for those customers that have engaged us in one of the first two.
So some of the people that I've been talking to in your areas of business have said that there's been a shift more towards contract employment with the economy the way it is versus bringing in full-time. Have you found that to be the case?
100%. We have found that to be very, very typical, actually, since January of this year. So many of our clients, as they work through their budgetary forecast and needs, find it much easier to justify bringing in a consultant. And once that person has settled in and acclimated in our industry, it's called a try and buy arrangement, and it's contract to perm. And it's been working very, very well. It's worked well in this economy that we're in today. As we shift more toward seeing this uptick in the market, we're seeing a stronger demand for full-time employment. But the option to hire has been very, very good this year.
You anticipated my next question when you said uptick in the market. So I was going to ask you your prognosis on are we still in a recession today, and when do you see us coming out of that in respect to hiring?
Well, the Royak Group being a strong relationship model, we don't find ourselves on lists where companies would go out and find a service provider. So as we develop those relationships come back to us for services. We thought in January, February, March of this year, first quarter, that we were seeing something very atypical, but that uptick we saw in January has continued over the past 2 quarters, and I believe it continues to be as strong as we enter into the third and fourth quarter this year. So while we call it an uptick, I think it's a general indicator that the market is definitely coming back. Companies are certainly looking at business solutions and needing technology solutions to enable their businesses.
Well, that's good news. Because, of course, you guys are premier members, and we appreciate the time with you, I'd like to give you 30 seconds to talk about your differentiators. I mean, why do companies select the Royak Group?
Well, again, it's based on a relationship. Our relationships come before the business, which is why TAG has been a great venue for the Royak Group, because many of the relationships that are our clients are, in fact, involved in TAG today. So in terms of key differentiators, it would be the 6 practices that I mentioned earlier. That's where we have deep qualifications and credentials. That's where an organization could go to our website and see case studies of previous performance and successes over the past decade.
So final set of questions. Maybe I can just ask them all in one piece here, but so you became TAG members, I think, about a year ago, and how's your premier membership benefited the company, and what's sustained your interest?
Well, it's benefited our company far beyond what we thought, quite honestly. It has allowed us to stay connected even more so with certainly the Georgia technology community. It has given us the 23 societies, and maybe there are more today, but there were 23 when we joined in January. It has allowed our practices, which I've mentioned 6 in this conversation with you, Tino. It's allowed our practices to submit white papers, and those white papers really allow us to get out to our clients and our prospects best practices in their industry. It allows us to collaborate those business decisions with our customers and prospects. And then lastly, it's allowing us to invest not only in our future, but the future of our clients here in the Georgia market.
Well, certainly on behalf of TAG, I want to express my appreciation for your participation and wish you all the best, and thank you for joining me on Tech Talk today.
Tino, thank you very much. Frank, thank you as well.